There was a very interesting panel talk from the Venice Film Festival recently. Spike Lee, director of Do the Right Thing and Black Klansman, and David Cronenberg, director of The Fly and Eastern Promises, debated the decline of cinema and the rise of streaming services such as Netflix. It was quite an interesting discussion. Some very good points were raised, and both were in agreement that Netflix provided new opportunities for filmmakers. Both felt that it is an evolution of cinema. What was also interesting was that costume designer Sandy Powell also participated in the panel. Powell has worked with Martin Scorsese on numerous occasions, such as on Gangs of New York and The Aviator, and she was also the costume designer on his latest film, The Irishman, and shared her thoughts on the de-aging CGI being used to make the likes of Robert De Niro, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci look younger for numerous flashback scenes that will be in the film. Powell informed the audience that the budget of the CGI accommodates de-aging of the actors' faces and hands, and went on to say, "I have to de-age the bodies without technology. I have to make guys of a certain age look 30, 40 years younger. I'll do the best I can with clothing. If it doesn't work and they somehow find the money to work on the bodies, I'd want to work on the post-production. It's a massive risk. We don't know if it's going to work. We hope it's going to work. I've seen a 6-second clip and it's moved on leaps and bounds from Benjamin Button. The bit I've seen looks extraordinary. It's completely different. We just don't know what it's going to look like over the whole film." So a very interesting snippet of info from someone who worked directly on the movie itself. I thought it was really interesting that the movie's budget has apparently ballooned to $175 million, and incredibly, Powell suggested that there was only enough money to work on the faces and hands of the actors. Still though, it's the faces and hands that are the key more than anything else. You wouldn't think there would be too much that needed to be done with the bodies. It's more pressing how the senior citizens move to look young, I think, rather than what they were wearing indicating their ages. Even so, it's interesting that even the costumes were chosen with a conscious decision to make the actors look as age-appropriate as possible, showing that they are taking this very seriously. I don't think this is a case of someone who worked on the film giving it publicity and hype. She sounds like she's giving her honest opinion and wouldn't say "we don't know if it's going to work" if she was building up the film. It was really cool hearing her thoughts on what she saw, and that she called it extraordinary, and that the technology has moved on significantly from the curious case of Benjamin Button, which was the real first showcase of this type of technology. It is a major indicator that the de-aging CGI in the film will be amazing. I hope so, at least. However, and this is the key, she points out that the big question is whether it can be sustained for the entire film. We've seen numerous examples of de-aging CGI, sometimes where actors were recreated from scratch with a stand-in like in Blade Runner 2049 or Star Wars Rogue One. And similar to how it would be done for The Irishman, there are films like Ant-Man where the actor performed in front of the camera and it was de-aged in post. Examples range from terrible to excellent, but the crux of the matter is that all cases of successful de-aging were only done for a few minutes, a few seconds even. As Powell points out, will the extraordinary level of de-aging CGI be sustainable for the entire film? That is the question. Thanks for watching.